Hi Virgo, I'm Chandler. This is your June 2018 tarot card reading. General, what we're going to do first is get some, oh my goodness, get some advice from the angels, okay, and they're coming through with a really strong truth bomb for you already. Let's see if I can get a not glare. Change in direction, which has a stork and a child. So this is really similar to the Tauran energy that we were feeling. If you have a sign in Taurus, make sure to check that video out because there's all about new beginnings, new chapters, babies, family, starting a family, having children, giving birth, that kind of thing. So needless to say, there is this very childlike energy in an earthy sign, right? Virgo, Capricorn, and even Taurus had these very innocent energies coming through. Regardless of whether you're in the phase of your life to have children, I think that you can definitely partake in this energy. There will be newness, there will be revival, there will be a chance for something very new and different and refreshing in your life. That just better, expands and clarifies some of the stagnation you've been having. Okay, so you're going to feel this upheaval of energy and expansion of energy in all the right ways. You might feel a little intimidated at first at the newness, but ultimately this is something that you do want. You want to be responsible for this new chapter of your life. You want to partake in the responsibilities that it requires because ultimately I think you can tell it's going to be bringing you a lot of joy. Change in direction. The changes you're experiencing are divinely directed by your newborn willingness to open your heart to love and our guidance. You are protected now and in the future, so follow your path to the happy outcomes you desire. So again, there's this newborn willingness, okay? And that's a really good way of putting it because, in this kind of energy that's coming to you, you can really expect some new experiences, some big changes that are divinely orchestrated. And if you have a newborn willingness or just this enthusiasm about it, it's going to work in your favor. Lots of chances for new opportunity and changes in direction. Maybe some of you are even at a crossroads because I do see the 0 point energy here talking about a choice needing to be made at a crossroads, something very significant that will lead you then to your destiny. And I don't make this up, okay? I just realized this was the child card. So, oh my gosh, wow. I can't believe this, guys. This is just so similar to the Taurus reading, although you guys have very different cards. Uranus is in Taurus, okay, so let's talk about that. Uranus bringing surprises. Uranus bringing this electricity of excitement, enthusiasm, newness, revival. So that can absolutely have a hand in your month in June, knowing that either you're in the phase of your life where it's time to have children. You might actually be seeing these changes happen on a physical level. But even if you're not in that phase, or if you're not there yet, or if you've already passed that phase of your life, there's going to be this newness, this childlike essence that is undeniable. It's going to be playful. It's going to be fresh. Your ideas are going to feel less cyclical and more in the flow of things, more trusting. And just there's also a significant meaning behind this about your responsibility of your actions, of the causes and effect that you've had, the reasons for being, and maybe the consequences associated with some of your decisions. Taking responsibility, right? Being very understanding of yourself at this time is really important, and that's that childlike essence, not being overly critical, not thinking too much about things, instead just doing it and experiencing things for yourself. It's really important for you right now, Virgo. You care deeply about children, and they readily respond to your love. All children, including your own inner child, require love, affection, and attention. We can clear and open your heart and schedule so that you can give more time and energy to the children who need you. So if you have a child already, if you have children, if you have a family, then be prepared to connect even deeper with them this month, if that were even possible. right? If you have been out of touch with your family, expect a lot of those childhood memories coming back to you to further emphasize that deeper connection you guys hold together. So those were the truth bombs from the angels. Let's see what my Spirit Oracle deck has to say. Remembrance. We were just talking about that. Okay, so remembering. There's a certain quality that's very childlike in your world right now, in your reality, that is asking you to go back. It's asking you to reflect. This card itself has a very reflective quality, and it's very abstract in the way that you can't tell what is the picture or what is the reflection, right? So there's this quality of being in unison or being one with your memories, with your ideas, with the truth that you hold within yourself and without yourself, a certain conclusion that you're coming to that is a better reflection of your reality, is a better reflection of what your desires are, really, truly. It's pretty exciting. Remember, the light within your heart is the same as the rays of the sun and the glow of the moon. The same energy that moves the ocean tides also stirs inside your heart. What is that your heart truly desires? What have you not said to someone that you would like to say? Find and express your truth. Interesting. So if those of you who are watching are ready to take that next step with a significant other, or maybe you feel very comfortable and secure in your life and you want to take that next step with them, this is a really good time, okay? Uranus and Taurus will be bringing some beautiful, unexpected new chapters in your life. And I feel like these chapters are going to be foundational. These surprises, these new changes are going to be very good for you. Bringing a lot of excitement, right? That electricity of Uranus is always very exciting when it's approached in a very optimistic way. The King of Fire comes up, okay? So some of you may be dating or have Leo within your chart. This is very Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries, but mostly a Leo, right? Because we have this lion figure on the card. The role of the king, right, of fire is transformation. They will not be the same as they were yesterday, as they are always expanding. They are always seeking expansion, always seeking something new to do and some exciting experience to have under their belt. The King of Fire is the king of transformation because he follows his intuition just as fire will. Fire doesn't have to think about where it's going. It just instinctively knows these things. So as a leader, he's very powerful. He's very respected. He's very forceful, but in an undeniably strong and potent way. No one can deny him his qualities because he just exudes them as so much. Exude. But anyways, you get my point. He's expansive and he's always looking for newness. And so this card will really bring this transformation quality into your life. The next few cards I see changing some things for you. So let's go ahead and just clarify the King of Fire, and then we'll move on to the other energies that we see. So can we please clarify the King of Fire for Virgo? So those of you who are in a relationship with a King of Fire, right, a Leo or someone who has a lot of fire in their chart, can expect this person to be playing a heavy hand in the kind of chapter you open in your next life. They may even be bringing some newness into your life by proposing something very new and refreshing to you. I feel as though this is a very good person to trust. This is a very trustworthy person. This is a very reliable person. This is a very dependable person. So the cards that come up are Page of Swords, the Fool, and Five of Swords. So this is a change that is going to require a lot of thought. And not necessarily thought. Okay, let's reword that, because the Page of Swords indicates that there's a certain enthusiasm, right, and possibly even naivety moving forward. But there is a clear decision, right? There's something that's calling you. It's something that's prompting you to move forward, but In one way, you're going to feel very naive. In another way, it's going to feel just so optimistic and enthusiastic, and it's going to give you a lot of experience, but you might doubt yourself in the process, right? Page of Swords, carries a lot of momentum and bravery, but he's a youth, and so, it might be something that you're embarking on that is absolutely new to you. The Fool and the Five of Swords indicate that you absolutely need to be sure of which direction you head in. The Fool, gallivanting blindly through these, icy cliffs in this picture indicates upside down or in reverse that there's a lack of thought, a lack of prior knowledge, of poor planning, and just naivety of decision, right? We're not really thinking things through, just kind of following your instincts a little too far to where you may have gone too far, right? And at that point, there's not a way to get back. You've fallen off the cliff. So in the Fool card, it really indicates that you need to be sure. How are you going to be sure about this? How are you going to feel knowing that there's this big change and there's a decision you need to make? You got to trust yourself. Even though the Page of Swords is a youth and somewhat naive or inexperienced, he is brave and he is strong. And one of the best qualities that the Page has is his determination of mind over matter, right? He's not intimidated, even though he may be, right? He actually should be potentially a little intimidated, right? Anyone normally would be like, oh, I don't know about this, but the Page goes, no, I'm going to do this. So he's very enthusiastic, and the Fool may indicate he may be a little enthusiastic, maybe to a fault, right? So really thinking things through. You have everything it takes, but just knowing exactly, refining what exactly that means for you is surely going to be on the forefront of your mind. The Five of Swords indicates change, so there might be someone involved in this scenario, right? Maybe this King of Fire is someone new coming into your life, and you are in a relationship right now. Maybe this person is bringing some transformation in the ways that you go about things. The Five of Swords can indicate some manipulation, some scheming, playing games, mental games, and you don't want that. It's kind of this mind over matter clarity that you're receiving, but then it's like, what do I do about it? Well, this is the perfect way to go about this reading, because then you have a choice. So as this transformation happens, there's keen clarity over maybe the future that you foresee for yourself, and then things begin to change. Surface level, things begin to change. You begin to realize that you are the creator of your reality, and you can shape this in your favor, but it's how that's really the question. So again, this is indicating a big crossroads, so we'll see what comes up from the angels and from your guides. What will you have to say about the choice card? What can Virgo expect from this energy? Again, it's a 0-point energy. You have the Fool after the King of Fire, Five of Swords, another Page of Swords. So lots of momentum behind this, but the Fool and the Choice are both 0-point energies, indicating a new beginning of sorts. I feel as though this is not an emotional thing, okay? This is a very tangible, real thing, and you have the Hangman and the Lovers in reverse. The Hangman upright, but the Lovers is in reverse. So some of you will be ending a relationship. Maybe the partner you're with, you just don't foresee a future with a family and creating this very stable foundation with. Maybe you know in your heart of hearts that they're not the one for you. Maybe this transformation is this courage and strength within yourself to leave a scenario like that. Maybe you've been deliberating on this for a long time, and maybe since the Fool was in reverse, you've been stagnant, or you've avoided making this decision. Well, the Five of Swords is saying that this situation is coming to an abrupt ending, right? There is a need for clarity. There is a need for just expressing yourself. And with the Hanged Man, you can rest assured that this choice you need to make is going to come divinely. It's going to be within its divine timing. You're going to have to maybe wait and sit on this for a while. Maybe it comes at the perfect time, and as this choice card comes up, you gain this clarity that's you've been waiting for. This card, means that nothing will happen before it's meant to happen. Nothing will happen until you're ready. Once you're ready, it will all happen at once, seemingly. So, there could be some surprises, there could be some upheavals, there could be some expansion. I'm seeing this even relating to your career, even relating to your home and family, even relating to your relationships and love. And spiritual as well. It's very spiritual in nature. So just so you know, all across the board, there is a shift. And the Lovers in reverse, I feel like, indicates that you may not be with your soulmate as of now. You may be looking at someone else needing to come into your life that better fulfills you, that you have more of a connection with, that you can have children with. Maybe this person, upon realizing that you want something deeper, isn't going to share those same feelings with you, but it's a matter of expressing yourself. That is the real importance here, because if you don't express yourself, A, you may not know, right? Which you have to know, and B, it could change everything. The answer that you find within them or that they give you could be something different than you expected and kind of be a game changer, right? That could be the surprise that we're talking about. So clarity, right? Clarity of choice, needing to know when it's time to act, exactly when, not before, not after, but right as the time is available to you. The Child comes up, okay, and that's a really prominent energy. Again, if you're not having children, or if that's not in your future, so to speak, there could be some surprises coming your way in the month of June. But Virgo, okay, you are the Virgin. This kind of sexuality is in your nature. You are very innocent in nature, and you like to appear as such. You might even be a little shy. You might, be a little awkward in social scenes, because that appeals to people in that way that you deliver it. It's just very gentle, it's very sweet, and you attract the right kind of people for you because of that. So this can be very much as a natural energy for Virgos. However, I feel as though this is indicating with all of the other cards here, okay, we have Child and the Stork, we have Choice, the Fool, 0 point energy, indicating that this could potentially be a pregnancy or some kind of deepening of intimacy with another, knowing that you're creating this family dynamic together, making the choice to be with this person or even to have the child or not. And I am not a biased source. I'm completely just open to whatever the universe has in store for you. I think it's ultimately up to you to decide. This may be a difficult decision, but know that the universe supports you, right? And having this kind of chapter open up for you in this time of your life, it seems as though it's going to bring you great blessings. It's going to be fast-paced. You're going to learn a lot. It's expansion and discovery even in self, right? Because when we have children in our life, they oftentimes show us the most egoic or, unstable parts of ourselves just by them being and living and learning, and it can push your buttons, and you get to certain lengths that you otherwise wouldn't have reached. So, this very childlike essence is helping you expand. It's helping you see things a little bit more clearly, but I really want to know what kind of energy this is carrying for you. Okay, so that's a little different. Let's see if we can clarify even further. We have 0 point in Choice. And then this next card after these two major arcana, the Hangman and the Lovers, come out, is the Child, which is another important card, right? It's another reason for being. A child is the number one reason for being. That's how we all start, and that's what we bring forth when life is at its closest to God. So it's really, really interesting, the kind of information that's coming up. So 4 of Wands and 9 of Swords, you will maybe even feel very terrified of this new chapter, right? What it entails. The Four of Wands speaks of a community or support that is lacking, that's not there for you right now. And my heart goes out to you because I know this and I've felt this before. It's not a very comfortable feeling, but what this is doing is propelling you to make the right decision. This is going to be pulling on your heartstrings. The King of Fire may even be indicating a type of energy that you need to start exuding in your life so that you can be brave, so that you can take on new challenges, so that you can, face the unknown and not be defeated by it immediately. The child, along with the Four of Wands, talks about some lack of support that's there, or maybe some people are telling you it's not a good idea, or, if there's this newness coming into your life, you may see things fall apart. This group that you may have once felt so supported by may all of a sudden disappear or relinquish itself from your life. And you may actually feel very lonely at that time. But what the angels are telling you is, do not be afraid. Do not be afraid of feeling everything this situation has for you to feel. Don't feel anxious of the future. Don't let your anxieties and worries creep up on you, because ultimately the child will never come to you if it's not a blessing. The child will never appear in your reading if it's not an amazingly beautiful and divine energy. So the things that the child energy is coming to you to heal are very deep, okay? I see very deep wounds, but ultimately the Nine of Swords comes up as clarity over these deep wounds. It comes as clarity over the kind of punishment or suffering that you've had due to certain illusions or fears or worries that you have kept for so long. So this may indicate that you need to stand on your own right now. You need to stand with the decision that you make, and it needs to be for you. And as much of the drama or gossip that you might encounter during this time, this is going to be so uniquely yours, and you just need to stand in that truth, because the Nine of Swords is a conclusion, it is an end, it is closure, and what you'll be receiving is closure and endings over the suffering that you have been perpetuating in your life, so that you can receive this newness, so you can receive this innocence, and so things can be just a little bit more sweet and simple. What the 8 and Destiny card indicate to me coming up in the end of your reading are that towards the end of June, you will feel so much more aligned with that which is yours. So again, this is really interesting, Virgo. I think this Destiny card has a very natural Virgo essence to it. It's very naturey, it's very feminine, it's very, in the heart. But destiny itself is faded, it's distinct, it's purposeful, and very intricate, okay? Very intricate, I'm hearing. As all the pieces fall together, you'll slowly realize that this had a heavy hand in maybe getting you more aligned with your purpose, getting you more aligned with your destiny, and feeling as though you serve a purpose here on earth. This can be, very motherly card as well, but what I see specifically is this eagle on top of her head. Okay, those of you who have maybe involved in with a Scorpio, or have Scorpio in your chart, this is a certain death coming to your life, and I don't say that very often. So it's something I feel needs to be said. But the certain death is coming into your life in a way that you are readily accepting whatever is new, right? This thing, the stagnation or this hesitancy that has been dead for a while, is literally falling away. And as you evolve from the scorpion, you become the eagle, and you know how to learn your instincts. You know how to survive. It's very instinctual when you graduate from the scorpion to the next evolution in Scorpio, which is the eagle. So this, you get my point. It's this evolution of self. It's this divine path that you are meant to walk, and it's becoming clear at one point or another in this month. You are in the right place at the right time, but what this card, the 8 of Fire in reverse, speaks of is that you may not know it, or you may not completely feel transformed, right? You may not feel like you are just completely empowered by this decision or by this path right off the bat. 8, talking about karma, right? Talking about these cycles, talking about balance, yin and yang, and what kind of role we play in the world, so to speak. But with the Destiny card, it means that you're always being led in the right way. And a lot of the time, you know, I hate to say it, but when we're being led in the right direction, it oftentimes, even more so than not, feels wrong, right? It feels like this isn't right. I'm not in my element. I'm not in my power. So if you have doubts, if you feel like this transformation is taking a toll on you, or you may feel unsure of what this transformation is going to look like after some time has passed, just be patient, because this card does not mean that you're not transforming because it's in reverse. It means that your perspective on it might be hesitant. It might be under a guise, or it might feel out of balance or out of alignment, and that's okay. That's just how you feel. What the cards are saying is something completely different. So let's see what your destiny is. What is Virgo's destiny in June? What is she being led to? He or she being led to? What can we expect from the Destiny and the 8 of Fire cards? Let's see, anything else that I didn't mention? You know, again, the child is joy. The child is beauty. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, these cards are just flying out. Okay, so there's quite a few, right, of these cards. There was 6 cards that came out, and I'll just do a quick reading on each of them. So the 10 of Wands comes out. Okay, but firstly, these were in my lap, so I'm going to read these first. Wow, oh my gosh, these are so good. So 7 of Coins, King of Swords, and King of Coins. Some of you may be involved absolutely with a Taurus, Capricorn, or Taurus, Capricorn, or what is the other earth sign? I can never remember. Gemini? So I'm getting very Gemini. I always get Gemini with this card because it's so balanced, the King of Coins, but they're very intellectual as well. So some of you who are involved with an earth sign, you are a Virgo. Virgo is the other earth sign, duh. So yes, that's what I'm saying. If you have a lot of this earth in your chart, or if you're involved with a person with a lot of earth in your chart, you could be expecting these cards to hit you a little bit heavier. But the 7 of Coins, the King of Swords, and the King of Coins come up because you are going to be reaping a beautiful harvest from this. This pure joy in your future. The 7 of Coins represents a vortex of energy, something that is available to you for reaping, for your harvest, something that you've invested energy into, whether it be via pain, via suffering, via your own negative experiences. It could very well be, you know, depositing money in your self-love bank account. Anything having to do with an initial investment is coming back to you in beautiful ways. You're going to be secure, you're going to be taken care of. You know, the farmer, there is not another job that's harder than the farmers. And they work day and night to provide. They work very diligently, they're consistent, they're on the ball, they don't complain. They're extremely hard workers, so there's a lot to be said about the kind of investment that you're making and with whom you're making it with that's going to prove to be very substantial in the long run. The King of Swords, another very airy card. It could be Gemini, Aquarius, Libra, someone who's very quick, you know, and expansive, but this card also indicates that there's some foresight. You're seeing this very clearly. You could eventually really build this into something beautiful. You have support around you. People want to work with you because of your quick wit, because you are able to manifest things very quickly. You have these ideas and it just happens. You make it happen. You're very diligent. If this is the person that you're with, just know that you are in good hands and that you're being taken care of. The King of Coins is another, like, just whammy at the end of this reading for the fact of being secure, being taken care of, structure, sturdy, financial dependency, or financial abundance and independence. And I just really feel like this King of Coins is so wise, right? he has a firm perspective on the things that last. He has a firm perspective on the things that last. So he's not very feeble-minded. He's not taken away with drama. He's not confused. He's not, persuaded very easily. He has a really firm understanding of the things that last. So this could be very long-lasting decision that you're making, Virgo. The 10 of Wands, 6 of Swords, 9 of Coins. Okay, and this is all indicating to me that you're needing to leave certain things behind. If you're not actually moving, this six of swords could indicate a movement, right? Moving state to state, countries, overseas, even something big that's happening. But instead of it being a movement, I see you instead just leaving something behind, leaving a certain way of things behind. This 10 of Wands was upright, and it indicates something about your energy being spread out to too many places. So maybe these two together mean that you are leaving that kind of habit behind. You are no longer going to be able to focus on so many different areas of your life and have the really important ones flourish. Just like the 7 of Coins teaches us, where you invest your energy, where you point your energy is going to reap that for you. The 10 of Wands speaks of 10 closures done, ending, chapters closed, right? But there's certain reflection associated with this, and especially coupled with the 6 of Swords. What the 9 of Coins is going to be exemplifying here in this little storyline here is that there is an endings, a closures, a wrapping up of cycles, and that you realize that you have been pointing your energy maybe in the wrong direction, and that it needs to go in a place that is much more suitable for you, the kind of identity you hold. And if you look at this card, it's very Virgo. It's beautiful. She has beauty, she has grace, she's very feminine, but also there's this pheasant on her fingers representing this kind of harvest time or abundance, right? And just overall prosperity that is undeniable. So when you get this area of your life kind of tidied up, I see a lot of big changes happening. Big, big, big. If you're not with your soulmate right now, expect your soulmate to be coming in very quickly or very soon. Surprises upon the horizon, right? And we have the King of Fire, meaning transformation, choice, indicating a crossroads, the Child, indicating a new beginning, and destiny. I mean, this is a beautiful reading. This is a beautiful outcome as well. I'm just really impressed, Virgo. You guys have been manifesting like crazy, and I hope that this helps. I hope you gain some clarity from this. This is really exciting. Again, I'm Chandler Christine. If you want a personal reading, I'll link the description, or I'll link my website in the description box below. And I hope that you take care in the month of June. Hopefully I will see you in July. Bye.